Testing, 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 testing.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Man, what an eventful day.
You gonna do testing?
I thought I said testing.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did I?
No.
Testing.
Okay.
It's coffee break! Thanks to your chair creaking.
It's getting so bad. Like, it's getting to the point where it's really annoying me how creaky my chair is.
It's like the shrieking shack from Harry Potter.
It's just like every time. Like,
you don't have to keep doing it.
Well, I can't even help it. Sometimes
That's some good ASMR, am I right?
Creaking chairs. Like, sometimes I'll just like lean forward slightly and it'll be like, and it's like, stop. Stop.
Wow. What an eventful day. So we changed up the schedule here.
We did. You know, it was so annoying trying to film first thing in the morning and it was always the landscapers.
Oh my god. Let me tell you, today the landscapers did not stop until, 4?
Yeah, it was forever. They started at like 10. At least we could hear them at 10. They were probably here sooner than that.
It was ridiculous.
It was a full day, and it was just nonstop.
We left to the store, got everything we need for the week, supposedly.
Yeah.
Came back. Well, you forgot the list.
You forgot the list, too.
I did.
We are both equally guilty.
The only thing I feel like we really missed out on was the bamboo shoots for fried rice, but that's just a subtle note of, wow.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Jeez. You're hungry, aren't you?
I just like my bamboo shoots, man.
Bamboo shoots are really good.
Once they were introduced in my life, the first time I heard about it, I was like, I don't want to eat bamboo. I'm not a fucking panda.
Hey, I'm not one of them.
And then my parents did something with it, and I was just like, oh, this is good. I like the texture, the crunchiness, yet softy but fibery.
It's one of those things where I didn't realize I had eaten bamboo shoots several times before. Mm-hmm. And then you were like, let's get bamboo. I was like, whoa, this will be so different. And then I tried one. I'm like, oh, no, I've had this.
you know the one that I do not like, but is very common with Asian cuisine?
Oh, what is it called? Like the water walnut or something like that?
Water chestnuts. You're not far from it, yeah.
That is one that I've had hundreds of times, and yeah, I don't like it.
It has the texture of a radish.
And I love...
minus the spice.
I love radishes.
But it's just bland.
Did you ever watch Hey Arnold growing up?
No, I hate it. I could never figure out why she was so mean and wore a skirt.
What a weird two things to get hung up on about Helga.
No, No, I'm not talking about Helga. I'm talking about Arnold.
Arnold doesn't... You called him she.
Yeah, so in my childhood mind...
Oh, I understand.
I thought that the jacket, which is a very 90s style for the time, was actually a skirt, like a kilt.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too.
And I was like, why are you calling her a guy? Like, this is long before this has become a thing.
This is like 95.
Yeah, like, I'm a little kid, so ease up. I'm not even trying to be rude.
Sometimes kids will come to, like, the weirdest decisions. Like, I remember in Teletubbies, Tinky Winky had a purse and, like, a ballet tutu. And my brain was like, yes, Tinky Winky is a man who does ballet. And I was just like I was like very progressive at the time. I was like, yeah, Tinky Winky's probably trans. Like that. Nowadays, I know those words. As a kid, I was just like, that's just what he does.
So, I'm much older than my younger siblings, and I had to watch Teletubbies. And I was around 8 or 9-ish when I was really introduced to them. And they're doing their weird antics, which, like, okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But then they praise the sun.
Yes, yeah.
And the sun is a baby. And then they start touching their tummies.
Yeah, which...
like, jabbing into their stomachs. And then they all start looking into, like, one of them, and it becomes a tube.
Yeah, that's...
which is an old term school for a television.
Yeah, Teletubbies, you know?
Yeah, no, it's in the name. I had no concept of this, and I was like, this is satanic.
It's very scary, yes. Even as a kid, I didn't like watching Teletubbies, unless it was Tinky Winky. I loved Tinky Winky for some reason, which was weird, because I didn't like purple, but I loved Tinky Winky, who was the purple one, and I did not like Ditzy, the green one. Didn't like Ditzy.
I thought it was the yellow one.
That's Lala.
Oh.
And then Poe was the red one.
Bro, I'll tell you what. Bear in the Big Blue House.
Bear in the Big Blue House was fun.
I love Bear.
I got so sidetracked. I was talking about Harold for a reason. So there was a kid.
But I'm not done.
We can circle back to Bear in the Big Blue House before we get too deep.
I was gonna... Okay.
We can circle back, but the point...
there's no points in here that bring us back to that.
I can just bring it back up. The point I brought up. Hey,
I love
Arnold.
the Wiggles. Fruit salad. Yummy. See, we all know it.
They do slap. Their songs are...
Dude, they really do. They slap. What? I am so old, but I'm going to say that.
What was the one? You Are a Pirate from... I don't even know what the show was called.
Dude, Shiver Me Timbers.
There was a lot of children.
His little feather sword, Captain Feather Sword with his feather sword, and everyone just like jumps around and falls down dead like it's a southern Christian thing going on.
No, I brought up Hey Arnold because there was a kid. I don't remember his name. They might have just called him Chocolate Kid, and he was just always eating chocolate.
Was he Tolkien?
No. And he was always eating chocolate, and in one episode they were like, you know what, we should get you to stop eating chocolate. And they got him to eat radishes instead, and ever since then I was like, hell yeah, radishes. I love radishes.
They're okay. Mm-hmm. With a little Dijon, or maybe pickle it slightly.
Nah, just straight up, just pull it out of the ground and just munch on a radish.
You can do that. I do that with onions, but radishes are a little too harsh.
Potato is really good too. Just straight up. Uncooked potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yum, yum.
So our first point is actually infuriating.
What a good start.
Welcome to the show. Brie Larson is joining Fast and the Furious 10.
Oh, they're still making these movies?
Yeah, there's going to make 11. But what I wanted to say is that the first Fast and the Furious, was released July of 2001.
It was that long
This
ago?
franchise has lasted over 20 years.
And no one, how? I know people watch it. I know they're not...
I've already told them how I enjoy it.
I guess, I don't know. It's just so boring to me. It's so bad to me.
But here's the thing. I've noticed that they'll take on great actors like John Cena or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? And then they'll take on really bad actors like Brie Larson.
She isn't great. She has yet to do something that really impresses me. No, Captain Marvel is not impressive. She's very bland. She's as bad as Superman and just being a generally good person for you to project yourself onto. You know? Very little...
Why did you drag Kal-El to that?
Because, they're the same thing as each other, you know?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, Superman's way cooler and doesn't say sexist shit off set. Okay, so now that we're done with that, Apple TV, sorry, I hit my chest. Apple TV's Severance.
Yeah,
gets a second season, and people are going crazy about the finale.
Yeah, we just finished it. We just watched the whole season yesterday and then finished it up today. Super good. Really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
It's hard to walk away from that one and not stop and think about it.
Yeah, it's one of those good ones where you just sit there and puzzle it over in your head.
I haven't seen anything that good since The Green Knight.
Mm-hmm. It's weirdly simple yet incredibly complex.
It's avant-garde.
It is.
That's when you use that term. It's very avant-garde, and we're still left in the darkness.
It's so well filmed. The directing, the cinematography, the blocking, all of it. Every single frame has just tons you could dissect. And Ben Stiller, well done.
I was going to bring that up. Ben directed most of that.
Yeah, fantastic.
And yes, Ben Stiller from Zoolander, Ben Stiller from SNL.
Good Good old Ben Stiller from Madagascar.
Oh, with Chris Rock, who got slapped? Anyways,
So tired of everyone talking about. I agree. I'm tired of everyone bringing it back up. It's like, okay, it happened. It's done.
I don't know if it's in here. The reprimands for Will Smith doing that is he's banned from showing up to Academy Awards for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, whatever. But like, he's still eligible for awards.
Yeah, like, what a random number, 10 years. All right, sure. Like, he's still going to be making movies in 10 years.
So the standout roles to me in Severance was John Turturro and Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Playing gay characters. And co-workers who are getting really close to each other.
What a beautiful story, also, between their characters. Bert and Irv are their characters' names. And it's just really great, very emotional, very heartfelt, and they did fantastic. Like, it's easy to look at Severance and go, Adam Scott is crushing it. But everyone really crushed it. Every single actor.
Yeah, even the guy who played Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the beginning, you meet Dylan and you're just like, God, what a piece of shit. I mean, like, all Dylans are, but...
Sorry to all Dylans out there. You know what, to be fair, I have yet to personally meet a Dylan that wasn't an asshole.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't met many, only 2, but they were both assholes.
You should jump in my boat, because there's a lot of them. It's a joke. I'm sorry if your name's Dylan. No, what a breakout. I mean, I love this new idea that our characters aren't always straight white men.
Yeah, and I love both this with Severance and Our Flag Means Death. We've introduced gay characters and also just other romances. And I love it because it's like not... Because every time you think of the romance in your story, it's always the conventionally attractive people. Like the supermodel... Megan Fox looking lady, and then like the either like tall, skinny, kind of handsome
Machine
guy.
Gun Kelly looking guy.
But now it's like the old people, like the 2 oldest characters got together, or like the heavy set dude like got in a relationship. It's like we're breaking. It's not the norm, and I like that we're finally breaking free of this very tired trope.
I will tell you this about Severance. You're going to walk into it expecting something, right? But what you end up finding can be a little more disturbing. Sure,
yes. But I love it. Like, I love it for that.
Yeah.
It's that thing, and then we're being vague on purpose, because the mystery is the fun of it.
Well, even at the end of season 1, we don't really know what's going on. Yes.
It's definitely one. Don't look up anything about it. Just dive in. Just start watching. That first episode was enough to hook me. So...
It's pretty dry.
But not purposefully. Sound direction in it is really unique. Because it's very quiet a lot of the times. But it's like, I loved it a lot. I thought it was fantastic. Great show.
I love their use of religion.
Yes.
And that's an interesting aspect of it. It's very much in there. It's creepy.
It's in there, but also isn't in many ways.
It was awesome.
Yes, it was great. Yeah, super smart.
I think, the 3rd episode or 4th episode is where you really get introduced to that concept, but it's just a picture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you're stuck with that, and you're like, what does this mean? And you start piecing it together, and you're just like, even now, I don't know what it means.
Yeah, the further you go in, the more you realize just how deep it all gets. Yeah, it's on Apple TV, which there's not much else worth watching. If you get it, watch Ted Lasso while you're there.
Well, I already said that. Ted Lasso is a fun one. Marvel. So we're going to talk about Marvel for a little bit.
Woo.
Thor, Love and Thunder, the 4th film directed by Taika Waititi.
Woo! I love everything Taika Waititi does, so I'm sure this one's going to be good.
Sorry I coughed. There is still no trailer.
Nah.
This is an interesting approach for the industry. And what I suspect is we will get a trailer. Probably when you go see Dr. Strange 2.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
If not, they're gonna go for this gung-ho idea. This is a crazy concept. Marvel might be actually trying to potentially say, if you love Marvel so much, you'll show up without a trailer.
Yeah, you don't need a trailer. Like, we're sick of you all taking our trailer and dissecting all the secrets out of it.
It's a marketing gimmick, but it's an opposite form of marketing.
It is. Which, if anyone could, it would be this day and age Marvel.
And the coolest thing is, Taika Waititi, I can't remember the Valkyrie's name, her actress.
I don't remember her.
And Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Anyways, all three of them are doing press conferences for this film, and they're being very vague.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if how poorly everyone reacted with Spider-Man's trailers is leading it, like, being a part of this. Because everyone basically badgered the actors constantly. And, like, almost harassment levels with people constantly being like, is the other Spider-Man gonna be in this movie?
I can confidently say that my prediction was wrong. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are not in that film.
But I wonder if, like, because that was such a hassle.
Even those ads that literally show them.
Yeah, it was such a hassle, and it just led to so many... Like, they spoiled all the secrets for themselves, and they just, like, harassed these actors. So I'm wondering if that's...
They didn't spoil one. I will give them credit for this one.
Yeah, sure.
And that's Willem Dafoe.
Sure, but, like, ugh.
Who is probably the third biggest star there.
It just goes to show that sometimes the most devoted fans are the ones that are...
Devout.
The most... Those words mean the same thing. Devoted and devout?
No. To be devout.
Whatever. It just goes to show sometimes the most devoted fans are the ones that are the most, like, mean when it comes to the thing they're interested in.
So something that was bothering me when I was writing up the script, right? People were like, oh, no trailer? I'm not going to watch it. This is obviously trash. That's why they're not putting money into it. And I was like, that's the reaction they wanted. Mm-hmm. This is what they wanted. You're literally feeding the machine.
Like, you are talking... The fact that there is no trailer, and we're talking about the fact it has no trailer, we're essentially, like, they're marketing for them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant, and I want to see if it pulls off.
Though I've...
Unlike Morbius.
Ooh.
How many of you guys saw Morbius?
Oh, like what? One of you? In the world? And you didn't even like it.
No, it's been out for a week. Mm-hmm. And I looked around and realized no one talked about ever wanting to see it.
Nope.
Ever seeing it.
People talked about it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then
there's a reason why I got held back.
And now it's like, here's your
it's
Halloween
the New
movie.
Mutants.
Right in time for Easter. Yeah.
It's the New Mutants. And yeah, way to put that against the other Bat guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we do know a few things about this. Christian Bale is playing the character Gore,
which I'm excited.
Who is a God Butcherer.
God Butcherer?
Yeah, that's his title.
Oh, what a... Wow.
And we've seen action figures and ornaments, cups.
Yeah, like toys, merch, stuff like that.
Displaying these characters. Thor's new armor is so awesome.
That's alright.
I think we talked about it earlier.
Maybe?
I love the red and the blue, like it's like navy blue and blood red contrast with the gold armor.
He gets new armor in every single movie.
Yeah, but I also noticed he's wielding Stormbringer.
Yeah.
Well, Jane is wielding Mjolnir.
So they are gonna get Mjolnir back somehow.
And then Gore, we got a good look at him as an action figure. He kind of looks like a stupid mummy.
He does look weird.
Bland.
I'm wondering, well, to be fair, action figures often are like not great examples of what
I wonder if he's gonna have a transformation.
Maybe.
Is he gonna do a go Power Rangers?
Yeah. Is he gonna be Christian Bale for most of it? Or is he gonna
what I was really concerned about is getting Christian Bale to play a CGI character after playing, almost a decade of Batman, right? Yeah. Is Batman. He is Batman.
But how old is Christian Bale now? Like, does he have the, I'm
he's
sure...
He's a timeless classic.
I'm sure he's physically capable, but, maybe he's tired of running around and jumping everywhere.
Maybe. It looks Looks fun. There's also toys of the Guardians, so the Guardians will be in this film.
Yep, unsurprisingly.
That's awesome to me.
I can't wait to see Taika Waititi playing around with the Guardians. I think that would be a fun combo.
Oh, I can't wait for the banter. Moon Knight.
Yeah, we got our second
and
episode.
Wolf by Night, which I spelt wrong there. Moon Knight's last episode. So this is the second episode?
Yeah.
There's a moment where Steve goes to his locker, which is actually Mark's locker.
Yeah.
And there's a QR code. And people paused it there and they used their phones. And you can do this. Scan the QR off your television screen and you can automatically download a free digital comic of Werewolf by Night 32, which is the first appearance of Moon Knight, which I thought was cool.
That is really cool. I do like that a lot. Like
that again, another amazing marketing gimmick.
Yes. As for the actual episode,
amazing.
I'm not loving Moon Knight so far.
I know.
I think it's interesting. I am intrigued. Here's my problem. It looks awful. The CG is so bad and distracting, and it's everywhere. Like, I can tell they're standing on a green screen set. They're standing on a...
His cape looks so stupid.
It looks so awful. And I understand, like, his hood does a weird thing that wouldn't work. It wouldn't look exactly right in
Obviously,
reality.
you get a cowl, buddy.
But, like, yeah, do something different. I don't know. I think Marvel, their biggest detriment is their over-reliance on CG. They would benefit a lot from some practical effects. Because it's, especially with these lower budget things, like their TV shows, it's bad. Like, you get a good look at the god guy, Khonshu. And he looks awful. He looks like shit. And
when you really get a look at him and he turns his head.
It's so, like, I just sat there and stared at it, and I thought of the, Skeksis from, what was that? Dark Crystal? The TV show that we watched? All the puppetry?
That's a reach.
Well, I was thinking about it.
They look better than him.
Yeah, the puppetry looks great, and I wish they would have done puppetry for him instead.
My biggest issue with Moon Knight is he grabs his emblem, which is a crescent moon, and with his right hand he pulls out this like dual blade that's curved like the crescent moon.
Yeah.
With his left hand he pulls it out, and when he pulls it out, it's still kind of shaped like he just pulled it from the right side.
Yeah, it's like...
But he's using his left hand, but it imaginally just becomes his left side.
Also, it, like, doesn't look like anything actually came off of him.
Yeah, he's just pulling things out of it.
It looks like a video game character.
And you know, let's take a pause there. Let's go back to superheroes who pull shit out of their chests. And let's go back to...
Wow, what a specific category.
Let's go back to the most recent one, the Batman. There is a scene where he actually rips off his emblem and you find out it's a knife. If you don't know, spoilers, don't worry.
What a minor detail.
But the movie comes out next week on HBO. I will remind you next week. Don't worry.
We will rewatch it because I liked it a lot. That was great.
That ending, I keep thinking about it and it just keeps making me like want to cry.
Aw. It was really good.
I love it. It's where I wanted this character to be.
But yeah, when Batman does it, it looks great.
He looks like a badass.
When Moon Knight does it, he looks like bad CG.
He looks like a dork.
The CG's awful. It is so bad.
So Dr.Strange, Multiverse of Madness, confirmed. Not quite yet to the world, but it's confirmed inside of Hollywood that America Chavez is actually a gay character.
Neato.
And I thought that was interesting because we were talking about gay characters and more light being brought.
More representation.
Well, Disney keeps fighting against this.
Yeah.
We're now getting to the point where it's like,
Is it gonna be like that thing where, who, like one of the Russo brothers, who directed, Endgame?
The Russo brothers.
Where one of them was like, we're gonna see our first openly gay character, and it's someone you already know, and it was himself, like in a brief scene during like a PTA meeting or something.
I am I am down for gay characters, especially if they're brought into light as normal people. Mm-hmm. Because before all this, they were always just too much.
They were always they were always comic relief.
Yeah.
And never actually
If you
gay.
watch rom-coms, they were comic relief and you never see the gay side. Or they were gay and it was just so much. And you're just like, what is happening here?
Mm-hmm. Gay or gay in a way that's meant to be scary. Like our main character stumbles into a scene and he's standing there and then this gay guy's like, "You're cute. Want to hang out with me?" And they're like weirdly predatory towards them. And that's always how gay... That was a big thing with how gay representation used to work. And it's stop.
I like this new approach. This is this is how life works, so I agree with it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read this next bullet point because I wrote it specifically for...
If you watched Peacemaker, you know.
For Peacemaker. The cunts from Riverdale are back for a 6th season, which will guest star a role for Sabrina Spellman.
Oh, really?
And she's coming back.
So, alive? Or...
I don't know.
Is this in the past?
I don't know.
I don't think they know. I don't think the CW cares. Apparently, in Riverdale...
I'm upset that she's showing up again.
Apparently, Archie got superpowers with his dog or some shit. I don't know. It's gone completely off the... I never watched it. It looks terrible.
You know what's dumb to me is the cop who is in charge of Riverdale is the cop who is the other detective to Chang in Peacemaker. He's the white guy.
Oh! Huh, really?
He's in, Night of the Roxbury. He's their weird friend who likes to work out so much.
Yeah.
He's a fun actor. He really is. The mind is skipping on me, but he is so good.
Can't remember his name to save my life, but he is a great actor. He does a lot of good stuff. At least he does a good job.
Well, I'm really upset that Riverdale is trying to bring back Sabrina after that atrocity.
After everyone who worked on Sabrina was like, yeah, that was kind of a whole train wreck, wasn't it?
Well, my problem with Sabrina is that way to rep one of the coolest characters in history and just fuck it up.
Oh my god. Wait, a character they did a really good job
he
setting
was
up
intimidating.
To be intimidating and scary, and then they're just like, nope, he's a weird, goofy dad now.
Flamboyant dad.
Who never looks like a demon anymore. We're talking about,
Sabrina.
Yeah. So, yeah. Whatever.
I know it sounds like we went against everything that we just said. You have to watch it. It's just obnoxious.
It makes sense if you watch it. But also, man, season 1 of Sabrina was so good. I still think back on it and how good it was. And then I think about that latest season. And, how not good. And the season before that, also not good. A lot of it wasn't good.
Each season was broken into 2 parts.
Mm.
And there's a holiday special in between that.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Jurassic World Dominion will feature a new threat to the dinosaurs. Not one genetically created like Indominus Rex, or Indominus, as you guys would say it. Or the Indoraptor.
Yep.
But this one's actually a real creature at that time. It's called Gigantosaurus.
What kind of creature is it?
So a Gigantosaurus is a theropod.
So like a long neck.
No, that's a sauropod.
Damn it, what's a theropod?
Theropods rely on their 2 legs.
So
like a T-Rex.
So is it a T-Rex?
But they have longer arms.
Huh.
They have teeth that are just carnivorous. They pop out of their face, right?
Okay.
And they have spiked spines.
Well, that's
not a Spinosaurus. They're just a really, if you, as a kid, drew the scariest dinosaur and you gave him spikes like a Godzilla.
I can picture it.
And I was reading these interviews, and Trevor, the director, he was like, this is my Joker-esque character. The only thing is he wants the world to burn. So the thing is, this thing is a carnivorous,
it's just
terrorizing monster.
Just destruction incarnate, basically.
Yeah. And it's going to fight against the T-Rex the Tyrannosaurus is known to be the greatest and most dominant.
Well, that's what they say, but...
I argue with that too, because I think the Utah Raptor and the Allosaurus would evenly destroy a Tyrannosaurus.
Personally, I think the Tyrannosaurus would probably be more like a scavenger. It doesn't look like it'd be
Oh
good
my
for
god,
hunting.
so we're gonna play into this. I don't want to even hear
I think
this.
there's up to theories.
The chicken, and then when they had long arms, they would have to like eat each other. This is a real thing. This is a real thing that came out this week.
Yeah.
So get me on this one. I'm very passionate about this.
I know,
This
you went on like a
pissed
rant
me
about
off.
it like 3 days ago.
So this curator, what do you call them? Paleontologist.
Yeah.
Right, goes, here's my idea on why the T-Rex has a tiny set of arms. It's because they had larger arms, and they would get into a feeding frenzy with other Tyrannosauruses. And then they weren't able to distinguish their friends' arms from the flesh, so they would eat their arms.
Which just sounds so... That's just... No.
This was the theory. You can look it up. It's real.
It sounds so stupid. Like, that makes... The more you think of it, the less sense it makes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be sitting there eating a carcass and then accidentally take a bite out of my finger or some shit.
What I really want to know is, how do those tiny arms become wings? And how do those wings equivalent to not flying, which the most relative cousin of the Tyrannosaurus is the chicken?
Yeah, that's what they say.
But then you say don't eat the arms, but yet here we are at wing bars.
Yeah. I don't know.
Were they that good that we had to eat them?
I guess
And
so.
they had to eat them too?
You know, if a dinosaur...
I just don't subscribe to that one.
If a dinosaur existed in this day and age, people would... The first thing would be like, well, what does it taste like? Gordon Ramsay would be all up in that. He's like, I'm gonna saute the dinosaur fillet.
Look, if you bring back anything from the dead, if aliens showed up, here's the real reality that I think that we would face. Mm-hmm. Can we fuck it?
Yeah.
Can we eat it?
Yep.
Can we breed?
That's a weird combo.
No. If you look at human history, this is what it is.
Can we breed? I hate the way you said that.
It's creepy, but that's the truth of it. I'm not the guy sitting there going like, can we do this? But that's honestly in our a lizard brain that we have deep inside.
Wouldn't fucking it be a part of that? Wouldn't breeding and fucking be like one and the same? Or at least
no.
domino into each other?
They would domino.
So yeah.
This is dark conversation.
Back to the movies, am I right?
You can look up Gigantosaurus. It apparently is called Gigantosaurus
Max?
Carolinian.
Is that real?
It's its Latin name. I looked it up this morning.
Okay.
And Carolinian means southern. So it was the southern dominant dinosaur of the Americas.
Alright. I will look at it later.
The Tyrannosaurus wasn't really here. It showed up during the Pangea time, if you subscribe to that theory.
Yeah. Which I think it has merit. I think Pangea.
Oh, if you have an imagination, you can make it fit.
Yeah, 100%. It's like that definitely,
Especially with
like...
those dinosaurs in your penis.
Why? What does that even mean?
Oh, we're just having fun.
That doesn't even make sense. Move on to the next bullet point already.
Okay. Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards was this weekend.
Yeah. You know what? With how lame the Oscars and the Grammys are, give me the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, you know?
So, I selectively chose them. Because they were like best new artists and all this. And there was like a whole article about JoJo Siwa being like, I wasn't invited.
Oh,
she was never nominated.
Who cares, JoJo? You're like 40 now. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, she's looking old. Mm-hmm. Best Picture goes to Spider-Man No Way Home.
Woo! Unsurprising.
Best Actress goes to Zendaya for playing MJ in Spider-Man No Way Home and Dune.
Woo! People love Zendaya.
Best Actor goes to Tom, the most bland Spider-Man ever, and this movie proves it. Holland.
It's, you know what? You're not wrong. Of the 3 Spider-Men, Tom was definitely my least favorite Spider-Man.
I thought the other 2 were immaculate.
They were so good.
They were so good. And he was just like, I'm just sad.
I'm Spider-Man.
And it was like, the
Here
other
I
2
am.
went through this. they're adult actors now.
Yeah.
And they're like...
And here's Tom Holland being like,
it.
"Can I get into college?" Like, this, what?
We've been through the story. And then, of course, Best Sports Star, which I really wanted to talk about this. How many kids are voting on Best Sports Star?
What a weird category for Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. Sports Star? Like...
So LeBron was up for running, Serena Williams, Shaun White, some other female sports person. I didn't recognize her. I didn't bother to do research because I really wanted to talk about the winner.
Who won?
It was Tom Brady.
Boo.
And I found it very interesting that Tom Brady won, and the co-host of the whole awards, well, the host was Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, cool. All right.
Right, iCarly. And then her co-host was Gronkowski.
Really?
And
he likes doing things. He's all over the place.
and Gronk gave away the award to Tom. And I found it funny that because their team failed to make it to the Super Bowl this year,
why are you guys?
they would have enough time to play pretend.
You gave it to Tom. You gave it to Tom Brady, who was so bad he couldn't even get into the Super Bowl, and you didn't give it to Shaun White, who was in the Olympics.
When he didn't place, he cried.
I mean,
he was honorable about it.
He was fourth, like barely missed.
I didn't see any referee throw a flag at the Olympics when he made an upset.
I didn't see Sean screaming at a ref.
And I didn't see any things about, apparently Tom Brady told the ref horrible things about what he's going to do to his family.
Because that's
which earned him a yellow card.
And the Nick Kids Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Such a prestigious award. Way to go, Tom. Way to go.
Retirement? Nah, let's do it one more time. You're not.
You're what a loser. I hope you do worse.
So I did it. There you go.
Yep. Yeah. There's the Toms, Tom Brady and Tom Holland.
Both suck.
We both in the podcast forever.
Now let's talk about the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez engagement. Finally, this might be something that's way too old for our audience.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to alienate you guys.
I mean, I don't really care about celebrity relationships.
Yep. This is an old school relationship where this should have happened a while ago, but it never did. And then you got Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
They've been on again, off again for fucking years.
And there he met Jennifer Garner, and then that kicked off this whole other thing. And then it's interesting. I'm actually really happy for Ben and J-Lo because they've struggled, and I mean, it feels like it's really soon, but it's also like, wow, that's...
You know what?
I'm glad they found each other in the end.
Good for you. Be happy. Hope it works out.
Okay, so I guess I'm just going to keep talking.
Sorry, I was just thinking about Ben Affleck. I was thinking about how Jennifer Lopez hasn't done anything in a long time.
She does roles.
Sure. None I care about. Like, what was the last thing she did?
Look, okay, why do you think about Ben Affleck?
Because I can think about something he did recently. He was Batman. When we're going to narrow down a category of people who superheroes who pull things off of their chests.
He doesn't.
He doesn't, no.
But, no, I'm really happy for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Top 6 movies of this weekend as of this morning, which is Sunday.
Woo!
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah! Woo!
Dominating. Just absolutely raking it in.
We're gonna see it this week. It's gonna be exciting. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Which, next podcast, we will hold off at the end to tell you spoilers and talk about our feelings like we usually do.
Yep.
71 million in 1 week.
Yeah, this is it. People can't sit there and go, video game movies just don't make you money.
This is the largest opening for a video game movie of all time.
Yeah. Does that count Pokemon? Does Pokemon count? Because it's not just a video game. It's also an anime.
They're talking about video game adaptations.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Number 2, sadly, is Morbius.
Boo. Boo.
Which has already held a whole week, and it's still coming at 56.8 million.
It's just, and the thing is, it's only number 2 because nothing else is coming out. It's just Sonic the Hedgehog. That's it.
Sonic's gonna knock you out of place, and then next month,
Dr. Strange comes out,
and that's game.
And yeah, it's gonna be. Morbius is not gonna last another week.
That vampire doesn't come out of this coffin. Number 3 is Lost City, starring Brad Pitt.
I'm having a stroke. Michael Tatum.
Michael Tatum.
Mike Tatum. What's his name? The name Tatum. What is his name?
Channing Tatum. And
my brain is just like, here is every man name ever.
Man, you're gonna screw me up with her name.
Oh, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Thank you.
And Daniel Radcliffe's in it.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe at $56.8 million. Okay.
Yeah, which looks fun.
Nope, sorry, I'm reading Morbius still. Sorry. It's $68.8 million, which is still doing better than Morbius. Ambulance, which is the new Michael Bay film starring Mysterio.
Yep, Donnie Darko. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sexy forever.
Yeah, he is.
$68.8 million. That's not bad.
That's not.
I do want to see this film. I just don't want to watch it in theaters.
Here's the thing. That's not bad, but I guarantee the budget was massive for this one. So it's going to have to do a lot to break even.
Yeah.
Because, knowing how many explosions is probably going to be in it.
Bay explosions.
Yep. Good old Bay.
And then Everything, Everywhere at All Once.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Is that A24 movie?
Which is an actual Asian film that they picked up.
Mm-hmm. It looks interesting. Not one I want to see in theaters, but it looks neat.
8.4 million.
Nice.
Which, interesting. A24 films. It's weird that A24 films are starting to show up in these top numbers.
Well, they keep doing, once, especially, with, Lighthouse and The Witch.
Green Knight.
Yep. How just they keep making movies that are really highly praised. So I think, people are starting to be like, well, maybe we'll put some more marketing into this, get some money out of it, Yeah.
And I agree with them.
I want to see it, yeah.
I haven't seen the film yet. I have no judgments. It looks like a weird mind bender kind of thing.
It looks like a mind bender, but at heart, I think it's like a rom-com, maybe, or at least a family drama, something about heart. It's a big old mushy gushy love your family type
It looks
story.
like she's going through time, yet she has the ability to use magic.
Yeah, which par for the course with A24, honestly.
Yeah. In the number 6, of course, it's my boy. He's always winning. He's never gonna give up. Let's go. The Dark Knight, the Batman.
Woo!
Coming in at $358.8 million.
Damn. Well,
after 6 weeks in the box office.
Man, it's already been 6 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Holy crap. And it's still number 6? Well done, Batman.
All I can say is, I am vengeance.
I am vengeance. I have a bad Batman voice. I just whisper. Get the detonator.
Where is it?
Mr. Fishy, no.
Look at those spikes.
Ah, no.
I'm so sorry, guys. Sonic 2's director said he was down to direct a Smash Bros. Movie.
So Ben Schwartz and Chris Pratt can finally be on a movie again together.
At this point, in your mind, imagine that clip from The Office. God, no. Please, go.
No. I don't think a Smash Bros. Movie could work. It would, no.
So we were playing around with the ideas. Who's Kirby?
Let's get Nick Offerman. For sure.
I went from J.K. Simmons.
That's another good one. Maybe Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And as Kirby's just pounding down somebody, he goes, Mark, listen.
Just think, Mark. Think. If you did Smash Bros, you would have to start with the original lineup. From the first game.
Oh, no.
That tiny... Because you can't fucking lob Crom in at random. It You just grab.
I would love to see Matt Mercer play.
You know what? You know what would be the shittiest thing if they did ever do a Smash Bros. Movie and they got to the part where Chrom, they would probably forgo the voice actors and go, let's go with a famous name, and they'll go with like Tom Holland or something.
I would be so pissed.
Tom Holland as Chrom.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Jennifer Lawrence as Lucina. Beyonce as Princess Peach. Beyonce as Princess Peach would probably slap.
No, no, fuck that. Get in there. No expense cost.
Yep.
No cost. What is the saying?
No cost too high. No expense too high.
Whatever.
Gotta bank on that Euphoria hype, right? Get Zendaya is all of the female characters.
We don't watch Euphoria.
It's crushing though. People keep talking about it.
It's the second biggest show since Game of Thrones on HBO.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great. It's not for me.
It's just like Game of Thrones. I'm sure it's gonna get to the point where, like, 10 years down the line, after it's wrapping up, finally we will watch it, and then we'll be like, yeah, it was good.
I don't want to watch it. I actually know some stuff about it, and I'm not in with that.
That's okay. It doesn't look very interesting to me either. Listen.
But, again, as a Game of Thrones fan, it's not fair for me to throw shade at somebody else who's trying to take the throne.
Yeah. Especially now that the Iron Throne is open.
No, it's not.
And here comes Zendaya, ready to take it.
Bronn won that thing.
He did. Did he? Yeah, he did.
Okay, Square Enix.
Good old Squeenix.
Just announced this morning or yesterday.
I think it was late last night, early this morning.
20 years of Kingdom Hearts.
Yep.
So how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't play these games. I played the first one. I didn't beat it. I couldn't beat Maleficent. I think she was the final boss. It was not amazing. It was very grindy. Gameplay wasn't fantastic. Like, the button prompts are weird. Goofy is fun. Donald's annoying, but Goofy was great. Kicked Donald off my team every chance I could, but Goofy was great. Sora's fine, but I love Goofy. That's all I have to say. Oh, Inside the Whale is the worst level in the history of the world, of every video game.
Worse than Clanker's Clank or whatever?
Yes, Clanker's Cavern. Because at least Clanker's Cavern has, like, different colors.
Okay.
Inside a Monstro was just Bourville.
I'll tell you my experience with Kingdom Hearts.
Have you ever played any of them?
I played the first one.
Well, there we go. We have about the same level of knowledge for it.
And to be honest, I never cared about Final Fantasy until...
Like 2 years?
4 years ago.
Yeah.
Where I played Final Fantasy 15, which made me cry like a baby.
It's a great game. Fantastic game.
Great story.
Ugh. Sometimes I still think about it, and it still makes me tear up. You know?
I love the ending changes to fucking overall thing. You understand why it's there.
It's one of those games where people say you have to get like 60 hours in before it starts getting good, and you go, that sounds stupid, but it's true. It gets really good. You just really have to get past that. Like.
And now talking about spending hours in games, Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. What a piece of trash.
So you've made some changes emotionally with this game over the last couple of days. Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, one-hit KOs are bullshit.
A lot of the bosses are just one-hit KOs.
Not fun.
No, I think it's bad. One-hit KOs is one of the seven deadly sins of gaming.
You watched me twice go up against a god, some boss or some bullshit, whatever the fuck they want to call them.
Yep.
Not even these Elden Ring bosses. And I'm taking the upper side every time. I'm just full health of bar. Just hitting them every time. Just kind of sticking my pig knife right through them. Kind of gutting them. And then I turn and I swipe.
Dead. And no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do. And I understand how some people think it's fun. But there is a point where I'm like, alright.
Also, fuck Volcano Manor.
Yeah. Bouncing back to Kingdom Hearts 4, I was disappointed with that trailer. Even as someone who doesn't like Kingdom Hearts, You're not gonna show me.
Oh yeah, we never talked about the trailer.
No, it came out. They all spoke Japanese, which was weird hearing Donald and Goofy speaking Japanese.
Why?
Because they haven't.
No, not you. Why? Why did you do that?
I bet they haven't dubbed it yet. I think that's the only thing.
Yeah, but why?
Well, they speak like the games exist in
They're-
Japan. The
Okay.
characters are.
Okay, they're American characters. I'm not trying to be nationalistic here.
I was confused for a second because I thought.
Because they sound stupid in other languages.
Because, like, they show the trailer. There's no Disney characters other than Donald and Goofy. It's all just like, here's real world Japan with real world Japan Sora. Here comes a real world demon monster. And it's like, where's the Disney? I want the Disney.
I also noticed he was grabbing on with these chains. And I was like, okay, Noctis did that like years before you.
It did feel very Noctis-y, didn't it? But no, when Donald showed up, his like quacking thing is so intense. For a second, I thought he was speaking English, and then I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't. Wait a minute.
I have no problem with characters being dubbed in different languages, but it's also
It was wacky.
for Japanese fans to hear Goku or Luffy or Naruto in English, it must be the same thing that I'm feeling while watching Goofy and Donald become Japanese, where it's like, what is happening here?
Because they hit their inflation. Like, their voices, like Donald's weird quacking sounds and Goofy's, like,
Hiccupy.
Southern hiccupy accent. Like, they got it. They were just speaking a different language. It was weird, but it was neat.
I'm pretty sure they saw the genie at the end.
You think that was Genie?
I think that was Genie.
I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. They had such a deep voice.
Well, okay. Well, Kingdom Hearts 4 is announced. They took a more realistic approach. It looks like shit. It reminds me of Resident Evil 6 graphics of today.
It doesn't look great. I don't know.
I love Resident Evil 6, but I'm talking about, like, when the people were running off the streets, I was like, this looks like a shitty version of Raccoon.
I can't help but, like, I'm so sick. They do this a lot. I'm so sick of just, like, here's this...
Or Tall Oaks.
This JRPG game, and it just takes place in regular Tokyo or Shibuya. Here's it. It's just the city. It's the city again. And it's like, I'm tired of this same city. Like, yeah, it looks cool, but we've done it, you know? We got the whole world to play with. Play with fantasy concepts. Do something creative. Not just city again.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It looked bad.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan.
Like, I see...
Final Fantasy is fun.
I think people are... And I see people, like, being all excited for it on Twitter and stuff. And if you're excited, good for you. I'm happy for you. But, I don't know. If I was a fan of this franchise, I think I would find this trailer kind of disappointing. I think people are more just happy it didn't take 10 years for them to finally announce the next one. Because it took them forever to announce 3. And then even longer to
They
actually...
announced it.
Oh,
they didn't say the release date.
True.
This is trash. If you're a fan of 3, guess what? You're back in store for it.
Yep.
If you're a fan of anything Bethesda, you're back in for it. I mean, this is going to take a while. E3, maybe?
Maybe, like, E3, because they're not actually doing it this year.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm saying E3 as a place marker in the summer.
Yeah.
But, God.
We'll see.
I need to reinvent myself. Yeah, okay. Fuck off. Mario Golf from 1999.
Wow.
The original Mario Golf from the Nintendo 64 will be released on Switch.
Wow. Damn.
It's wow.
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 But why? We literally just had a brand new fancy ass version of Mario Golf.
I'm cool that they brought back another one.
I guess, you know.
I never got to play them.
Sure, yeah. The classics.
So I'm missing out.
I never played it either.
I'm an old man. I want to play these.
Golf is fun. I do like golf.
So I just want to announce that. Last week, I announced the video games that came out, and I was looking at the list again, and there was something that slipped through, and I don't know why it slipped through, but it was House of the Dead.
Oh, they had a new game?
Yeah, they had a remake that came out a week ago, just for the Nintendo Switch.
Really? Weird. That's weird.
And IGN didn't even report it.
Only for
until
Switch?
it showed up the day of.
How's it weird? None of those words felt right together.
So, like I said, I'm older, so I remember playing in arcades. And I used to love playing light rail shooters.
Yeah,
I still love playing light rail shooters. Mm-hmm. I love the pointing at the screen, pulling the trigger, having to throw the gun down and shake it so you can reload and just start shooting.
House of the Dead. Aren't they a Sega thing? Isn't that a Sega game?
It began as a cabinet and then it became a Sega thing.
Because they're in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, but it doesn't actually have characters, so they just made up 2 zombie characters to be in the game. And I was very confused because I'm like, where are they? What is the actual game? You just made up 2 characters out of nowhere?
It's actually a really fun game. There's a Jurassic Park version where you have a shotgun.
Yeah, you gotta fight dinos.
And to reload, you have to to pump it.
Yeah.
God, it's so much fun. I mean, killing dinosaurs, isn't that fun?
No. I want to befriend them. This is the same thing. Like, I had this thought the other day. Why is in video games, I always gotta kill the dragon? I don't want to kill the dragons. I want to befriend the dragons. I want to ride on top of the dragons and the dinosaurs and go on adventures.
Well, boys versus girls. My idea is kill it.
My idea
and
is...
yours idea is...
friendship.
And... imagination. And I did the whole thing. Don't worry.
Yeah, with the hands, that SpongeBob thing.
There's a rainbow over me. So coming out this week,
the next biggest flop since Morbius. Who's ready for it?
The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week.
The word Fantastic Beasts on it is so small. It's smaller than the word the.
It's hard to read. I think it just says Fantastic Beasts.
I think also, like, if you look at it, you know where their priorities are. Because Newt Scamander, the supposed main character, is not front and center. He's, like, pushed over to the side.
One thing I wanted to bring up about this is... this is the 3rd time Grindelwald has taken a new identity.
Yeah, and
there's legal reasons why.
Yes, yeah.
But let's keep this going.
Yeah,
I think let's keep this going.
Different Grindelwald for everyone. If we're gonna do it for the first story, we gotta do it for the last 2.
First one, Penguin. Second one, Jack Sparrow.
Yep.
Third one,
Mad Malcontent.
bad guy of Dr. Strange, which is very forgettable.
He was.
Hannibal.
Wasn't he?
But let's do another crazy second. Oh, God, let's get fucking Christian Bale in here.
Yeah. Christian Bale for Fantastic Beasts 4.
This confession means nothing.
Do you think so they keep going that they want 5 of these Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh, they are gonna annex it so hard.
Do you think they could make it past 4? Do you think they'll even get their 4th one?
I think they'll get their 4th one. And they'll be like jamming stories together, and everyone's gonna be like, "What is this?" And they'll be like, "This is what I brought you. It's a caviar entree with a squirrel."
It's gonna be really great because the first 2 movies, nothing happened. Like, I remember them running around, and there was a lot of standing around blabbering on about shit. But as far as story is concerned, a whole lot of nothing. So it's gonna be great watching that 4th movie desperately try to make a whole plot. And then some, and a finale for it.
And the other movie is Father Stew, which has an interesting premise.
Was this the one with
Marky Mark?
Yeah, and Mel Gibson.
Playing his father.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know.
All I'm saying is this is all tied to Easter showing up.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll do an Easter podcast, but it's not going to be what you think.
We're not Easter people.
I don't want to be. If you are, good for you.
Good for you.
But,
not for me. I don't even want ham. Ham sounds terrible.
You put it on the menu.
No, I didn't. I did. You know what? I did put down pork chops, didn't I?
And now she admits to her lies.
I just wanted pork chops.
I heard this interesting joke where why don't we eat rabbit on Easter?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
It's a dad joke, but it's also like, have you ever had rabbit?
Hans and Pfeffer? Once. It was not cooked properly, I don't think. It tasted awful. Maybe if I had properly cooked rabbit, I would have a different opinion. From what I've had, no, not great.
Yeah.
You've had, like, actual...
It's so yummy.
Gourmet, chef-made.
You know what I really want to try? Turtle. And I would feel very bad about myself.
See, that's the thing, where it's like, well, I'm curious, but also, everyone says it's good, but also, like, I like turtles.
Yeah, I think they're cute, adorable creatures, like otters.
Otters?
Otters are beautiful.
Well, I guess I also like pigs and cows, and I eat them all the time, so I guess it's not too much of a stretch.
Maybe that's a carnivore way of just being like, oh, you're cute, I should eat you.
That's, yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I think that was it. A couple of flops with movies, a couple of really great with movies, Moon Knight coverage, video games, Kid Choice Awards. Was like, let's give it up for Nickelodeon.
Let's give it up for Tom and Tom.
Tom and
Both
Zendaya.
shitty actors, shitty performers, never making it to a Super Bowl or Oscars.
I did reveal earlier today that I think Far From Home is the worst Spider-Man movie out of all the Spider-Man movies.
It's actually a really good Spider-Man film because he has to learn from the other Spider-Man how shitty he is.
No, not No Way Home, Far From Home. The second one.
Far. Yeah.
Boring. Terrible. Like, at least, like, the bad ones from the other two are memorable bad.
You know my problem with Far From Home?
Huh.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to end it right here. The real truth is, Jake Gyllenhaal is fucking hot.
He is.
And that's all we got for eye candy.
That's all there is. That's the only thing worthwhile in that whole movie. Jake Gyllenhaal.
And that's sad. Because Spider-Man's a murderer, Tom Holland's a piece of shit. Let's go.